Actually, optional is playing one of the biggest role in civil services. Geography uses only basic science. So it's a subject which is for everyone. In paper 1, 150 marks can be covered with geography. We have all the issues of regional disputes emerging in our syllabus. So in paper 2, we contribute a lot. So paper 3, it is almost 40 to 50% will be covered by geography. Paper 4 also has been somehow connected with our philosophical thoughts. But in our geography, even if we are reading 100 units, 80 units can be used for GS.
Hello everyone. It is very important to select an appropriate optional subject. And to help you with this, NextIS has come up with this optional subject guidance program wherein our faculties will be clearing all your doubts related to optional subject. Today, we are honored to have with us ALOK RANJA'Ns sir, a renowned faculty for GS and Geography optional. He has a vast teaching experience of more than 12 years and he has guided more than 1,000 students to achieve their UPSC goals. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for your kind, good words for me.
Sir, to start with, I would like to ask you a very basic and common question. That is, why is it so important to select an appropriate optional subject?
Actually, optional is playing one of the biggest role in civil services.
Right.
Generally, people think of those 500 marks for the optional. But the reality is that optional plays role in essay, optional plays role in GS papers. It also plays role in some of the significant interview questions as well.
Mm-hmm.
And moreover, something very significant I'm trying to point you out, that in PT, optional matters a lot.
Right.
Please mark my words, everyone. Because in PT, those optionals which can cover around 20, 30, 40 questions, they are determining the success rate. So I would like to give you some basic data about it. People are not aware of it, but I would like to tell you that say for geography. Now for geography, 20, 30,000 people appear. They determine geography before they fill the form for UPSC. And the success rate in PT is 25%. And this is according to the UPSC website itself. So I'm quoting UPSC website. And it means that out of 100, 20 to 25% people who are taking geography optional are bound to, destined to qualify in prelims. So this is what the optional does. And a very important fact which has emerged over the years is that the total number of students being selected in prelims is a constant. Even 15 years back, the total number of selection in PT was 15,000.
Right.
Even now it remains 15,000.
Yes.
So that's a constant. That numbers is hardly fluctuating by 5-10% every year. But the number of students who are appearing for civil services, it has gone by miles.
Yes.
And now from 1 lakh aspirant, it has become 15 lakhs. Next year, I'm sure there will be 15 lakh aspirants writing prelims.
Right.
So look at the entire volume who are competing for PT examination. Everyone should mark this. And the result, total number of result which is there will be only 15,000.
True.
So out of 15 lakh, 15,000 has to qualify. So you must take such optional which will help you in breaking the first barrier.
Yeah.
So until you break the first barrier, you cannot dream of civil services.
True.
So optional these days are determining the PT, even in the mains GS, and maybe even till interview. So those options, like I'm giving you an example of, say, I really love literature because my mother is a professor of literature.
Okay.
So I have all respect for Hindi, Sanskrit and whatever Kannada literature. But how does they help in PT or mains or elsewhere? So those optionals which have bigger role in PT or in mains or certain questions which have that basis in the optional, which are generally asked in the interviews. So people must select such optional. Meaning optional are not playing their role only in 500 marks. Like for geography, it has 1000 marks in mains because 500 will be in the optional and 500 will be the GS and essay combined.
Right.
So one must select on all these criteria.
Right. So is it important that aspirant should have a background in geography, then only he should be selecting, or from any stream a student can select?
This is the biggest myth in geography. Geography is a amalgamation of a number of subjects. Geography is interface of physical science and human science both.
Right.
So anyone having background in science or in arts both can do well.
Yeah.
And moreover, all the contemporary issues related to environment, related to the climate change, related to agriculture, industry, all are part of geography. So geography is generally like GS itself. As I said, no background is required.
Okay.
Because all those students who come to my class, I start with the basic.
Okay.
Something like, if I am starting oceanography, so I will start with what is ocean. There's no need. You just need to have a general mind, a good mind. And good intellect, that's it.
Right.
And if you have commerce background, it will help you in economic geography.
Right.
If you have science background, it will help you in physical geography. If you have arts background, it will help you in human economic geography as well. And geography uses only basic science. So it's a subject which is for everyone.
So is the syllabus of geography optional? Does it overlap with GS as well? And in which all papers?
A lot. In fact, geography itself, if you read the whole syllabus of geography, you will find that most of the topics in optional paper, they all have been repeated in the GS paper. Rather, I will invite everyone to look at the GS optional syllabus and then look at the GS syllabus and the geography optional syllabus.
Right.
And I want the student community to compare ki how far they, how far they are creating an interface. कैसे overlap कर रहा है? There are a lot of overlaps in this syllabus. So I personally believe in paper 1, 150 marks can be covered with geography. Because 100 marks for history, 100 marks for geography, and 50 marks is Indian society. But whatever topics have been given Indian society, that will be completely covered under geography.
Right.
Like urbanization, migration, like population, globalization, secularization, regionalism, all are integral part of our geography. So in paper 1, 150 marks can be covered. Now in paper 2, we have geopolitics, we have political geography, and I will just narrate some of the topics which are there with us in the optional paper. One will be the India and South Asia. Now this is geopolitics.
Right.
And here we have to learn all about Look East policy, Look West policy, Gujarat doctrine, string of pearl, everything we are teaching in geopolitics.
Right.
Similarly, there is a topic, geopolitics of Indian Ocean. Then there are topics like India and the world. Now, all these topics are basically IR. And in these days, international relationship is nothing but all driven by the resource constraints and disputes related to the boundaries, political boundaries.
Right.
So either territorial disputes or boundary disputes or resource disputes or trade disputes, that is what is leading to the world politics. That is what a teacher of political science will call it IR, we call it geopolitics.
Right.
So we are also teaching geopolitics in a big way. And moreover, in paper 2 GS, we have interstate disputes, we have river water dispute, we have all the issues of regional disputes emerging in our syllabus.
Right.
So in paper 2, we contribute a lot. Nobody knows about it until you take optional geography.
True.
And I never explain generally on my workshops. Thank you for interviewing me. And in paper 3, I will quote the last year questions. One question was on the mechanism of cloudburst. Now, cloudburst and the policy to manage the cloudburst could be a part of government policy or public administration.
Right.
But look at the question, nature of the question. The nature of the question is mechanism of cloudburst. Now, mechanism of cloudburst, ये पवेट का टीचर कैसे पढ़ाएगा? Disaster management का टीचर कैसे पढ़ाएगा? It has to be a geographer.
Right.
Similarly, there is a question crop diversification. Now I have been teaching crop diversification for 15 years now. Crop concentration, crop density, हम लोग सब पढ़ाते हैं. Now, crop diversification for a teacher of economics, not done. Not done, really not done. So, I think even in paper 3, people call it disaster management. I look at it as geography. People call it environmental, issues. We call it geography. So, like, a lot of things are overlapping in paper 3 also, including questions from agriculture, industry, resources, economic development. So, paper 3, to bhai, it is, almost 40 to 50% will be covered by geography. Or at least it will help you to write better.
Right.
If not directly coming from geography, but it will help you to write. It enhances your quality of writing, and you get better marks.
Right.
Come paper 4, now maybe people can feel it that I am trying to exaggerate things, but it's not the case. In paper 4, you have ethics, and in geographical thought, I will invite all the student community to look at the topics which are given in geographical thought. We are teaching all the geographical thinkers. Now, these geographical thinkers are the same political thinkers and the same philosophers.
Right.
They are not different from. We are also teaching Kant.
Yeah.
We are also teaching humanism. We are also teaching welfareism, Marxism, idealism, existentialism, everything, positivism. We are teaching everything.
Right.
Maybe not so elaborate, but we are giving the glimpse or the required amount of knowledge for civil services there also. So
Right.
paper 4 also has been somehow connected with our philosophical thoughts.
Yeah.
So, in all the 4 papers, geography kind of dominates.
Yeah, contributes.
And if not dominates, it contributes. Correct?
Right, sir. And I think so, even in the essay paper, it has
Perfect.
significance in that.
Last year, the first essay itself was geography.
Yeah.
If you read the first topic, it was economic development, environmental development and forest resource. Now, nobody can claim that this is from our subject. It has to be geography. And all right, your next question.
So, and what about the syllabus? Is the syllabus too vast, lengthy? How is it?
It's not vast. In the morning also, I have explained in a workshop.
Okay.
I mean, I'm giving you another example. Let's assume that geography has 100 units and say any other subject like sociology, or I should not name it, or anthropology, or political science, or Hindi literature, or Kannada literature. They have 60 units.
Okay.
40 units are extra in geography. But when you look at the other subjects, how much they contribute to GS? Their contribution, their 60 unit made, they will contribute by 10 units, meaning 15 units are exclusive to that optional,
Right.
which they have to study.
Right.
But in our geography, even if we are reading 100 units, 80 units can be used for GS.
Yeah, because it is.
So what extra you are learning?
Yeah.
20 units.
True.
I would like to give one more example. Say in climatology, every topic is GS type. We have environment, we have biogeography, we have contemporary issues, we have ecological issues, we have resource, we have industry. अब देखो सारा तो GS में ही पढ़ना है.
बिल्कुल सर.
Regional development and planning, urbanization, problems of urbanization. So what we are teaching throughout our optional, it looks like GS.
Right.
But I must warn people that by doing GS, you cannot do geography optional. Geography optional has to be very specialized subject. So you need special methods, you need special theories, special study material to do well. But the same geography can be used in a general way in the general studies.
Okay.
So geography तो geography है.
Right, sir. So, sir, how much time duration does it take to complete? पूरा syllabus खत्म होने के लिए कितना time चाहिए?
पूरा syllabus खत्म करने के लिए 4 months.
4 months.
120 days.
Okay.
This will be my 4th batch in next IS.
Right, sir. So I think it is starting from 15th of May, right?
15th of May. 15th of May we are starting.
Yes.
15th of May we are starting, but people can join from 15th June also.
Okay.
Because we'll give some basic introductory classes and some fundamental classes.
Right.
Then we will give them some time for a study NCERT, and then 15th the real course will begin.
Okay. Right.
So because a lot of students are worried कि sir 15th June रखो.
Okay.
This is the case. तो 15 जून ही मान के चलते हैं, but 15th May में we will start with some basics.
Right. So, sir, we'll be finishing the course in 4 months. And thereafter, sir, do they get any kind of hand-holding?
You are
after
a
the
witness
prelims?
to it,
Yeah.
that I am successfully completing the batches,
Actually, sir.
even before all the optional batches, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And when I leave the batch,
Yeah.
everyone cries that I will miss you, sir.
You're right, sir.
You
You've seen it in the farewells also.
You have seen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the length of it all depends on the technique or the methods of teaching also.
Right.
So, like, I'm giving you one example. Say I am teaching plate tectonic theory. Now, if I can integrate the concept of mountain building, volcanism, earthquake, isostasy, if I club them together,
Right.
then the 10 days classes becomes 6 days classes. And then every day I take 10-15 minutes extra,
Right.
because I fully understand that there's nothing precious like time. So everyone knows in next IS that I always come on time except today. I'm sorry. And I even value 1 minute and 1 second in my
I know,
life.
sir. I've seen that. You always inform the students even if you get late for a minute. Yeah.
I will come out of my car if there is a traffic jam and will start running on the road. Nobody believes this, but this is true.
So, sir, after prelims, do we give any kind of hand-holding to the students? Because the course will finish in 4 months. So, after the prelims, because there'll be a gap of few months. So, what kind of hand-holding do we give after preliminary examination?
Hand-holding meaning some study material.
Some kind of support, or if they have any queries. Because after the finishing of the course, they'll be concentrating more on the prelims examination. So after the prelims, they would definitely be coming back to you with certain queries.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
I think you're talking about the passed out batches.
Yes.
Now the batches which have passed out, we are doing 4 things. A, there is a Telegram group on which I am putting regular articles, all the current affair articles. Now from today onwards, I will be putting number of PT type questions also. This is for them. And the second is that I am still conducting mains type examination, mains test series for my last batches. But I am not asking them those questions. I don't want to read them those part of syllabus which are insignificant in PT.
Right.
I am asking them those questions. I am forcing them to learn those topics which are significant for PT this year.
Right.
So it doubly works.
Yeah.
A, they are writing mains as well, preparing for mains as well. And B, while reading those topics, they are preparing for PT as well.
Yeah.
This is how I am keeping them in touch with me and, forcing them to read more and more with time.
Right.
And third thing, we provide handouts, always regularly handouts on current affair, etc. We will have 2 set of booklet. One will be the traditional booklet, core geography,
Right.
and the second booklet will be on the contemporary issues.
Right.
All the contemporary topics from that particular topic will be there in the format of workbook,
Okay.
like a workbook.
Okay.
So this is the third approach. And fourth, what we are doing is we have prepared a small dictionary and we have prepared a special booklet on environment, because these days a lot of questions are being asked from environment in GS, and geography and environment is inseparable.
Okay.
So there have been a lot of practices going on in the market trying to separate geography and environment.
Right.
But without geography, environment तो नहीं हो सकता है
Yes,
किसी से
not
भी,
possible.
not possible. So I'm giving a special booklet on environment,
Okay.
and that helps in getting at least 10 questions in the PT. Last year also 10 questions, 8 to 10 questions came. So I'm ensuring that they could solve 5-10 questions extra than the other students.
Okay.
Making them more competitive.
They don't need to refer any reference books or something, because as such they'll be getting so much of study material.
Yeah, they will be getting so many study material. In my style of teaching, if I take a topic, I explain fully, let them understand. Then on that particular topic, I give them full dictation.
Okay.
My mode of teaching is based on complete writing of the whole syllabus. So they all prepare notes in the class itself.
Okay.
They are not required to prepare any notes back at home. Or whatever good books are required to be learned. So I just give them some reference of pages.
Okay.
I mainly give reference of Rupa Made Simple.
Okay.
And then I will I have compiled booklets, taking some excerpts from good books.
Right.
That is what is being provided. So there is no need to read any book. And the class notes itself, what they write in the class, is the most significant part of their preparation.
Okay. Sir, when is the right time to write the test series for optional?
I mean, there should be 2 levels of it.
Okay.
So when I complete oceanography, say first topic oceanography has been completed. I generally begin with oceanography, not geomorphology. I must clarify here, because oceanography is थोड़ा interesting है, थोड़ा simple है,
Right.
and geomorphology actually entails geological principles.
Yes.
So starting with geology, it can give a shock to the student. So it's better to start with oceanography.
Yes.
थोड़ा mild सा है. Test series में वही I said 2 levels of test series. One will be once I complete the oceanography, then they will have a test. But the standard of the test will be general.
Okay.
And once they complete the course, then I conduct 3 more tests,
Okay.
higher level. Because after the completion of the optional batch, I give them 2 months time. 15 days, 15 days, 15 days, and 5 days extra on it.
Right.
So that they can prepare for 3 tests. And then we have test series maybe at the 3rd level.
Wow.
So
Right.
before you go for the
Test series, you are already
prepared. So
Yeah.
before the writing the actual test series, you have to write 2 more test series. One with the topics, another the 3 revision ke saath, and then the real test series comes
after the prelims.
after prelims. That makes the very perfect writer.
So, what is the role of current affairs in geography?
Current affair is not much in paper 1,
Okay.
but in paper 2 it plays huge role. In paper 1 is mostly theoretical.
Yeah.
So most of the topics are close-ended, like Daviesian cycle of erosion model. There's nothing like current affair here. Maybe the application part of the theory could be asked,
Right.
but we don't call it current affair.
Right.
So maybe application part like von Thunen model on agricultural location. Now this application part could be asked, relevancy could be asked.
Yeah.
So paper 1 doesn't have much of current affairs.
Okay.
It's theoretical and the application part is more being asked. So you have to know the theory and how to apply the theory.
Right.
That is your paper 1. Now that is where students are doing wrong. They are trying to incorporate a lot of current affair in paper 1. Then I will suggest them that in paper 1 don't try to be innovative also. Because when you become innovative, क्या वो डेविस से बड़े इनोवेटर हो सकते हैं क्या? डेविस has already given a theory. He has already constructed some diagrams. So one should follow what Davis said, what von Thunen said, and what diagrams were drawn by von Thunen himself.
Right.
So we must follow the theoretical part. That is paper 1. But in paper 2, it's very dynamic. It's open-ended. And every question requires, maybe except on the physical India and mapping part, every question requires some kind of innovation and some kind of inclusion of current affairs,
Right.
some kind of relevant topic, some kind of new diagrams, new flow charts, new maps,
Right.
so new case studies. So paper 2 is very different from, I have found that in a lot of students will score good in paper 1, but they fail in paper 2. So उनका strategy अलग करना पड़ता है. For paper 1, if you have a strategy X, you cannot apply it to the paper 2.
So, what are the roles of maps and diagram making in geography?
Geography. Geography meaning
Name
geo
itself.
plus graphics.
Yeah.
So this subject goes by graphics.
Yes.
A geographer is one. Ptolemy, I would like to quote Ptolemy here. He's father of cartography. So he said, geography is the art of map making. So a geographer is one who is good in making maps. Now nobody should fear about it. You don't have to be Hussain और राजा रवि वर्मा की पेंटिंग बनाएंगे और डायग्राम्स बहुत सुंदर होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है, टाइम नहीं है वहाँ बनाने का ना. You are not simple diagrams, simple sketch maps, simple plan maps, simple schematic maps, simple India map, simple world map. 5-6 practices you are required. But in every question there must be some kind of graphical presentation,
Right.
because that is the true definition of geography. And if you are not presenting your facts and analysis graphically in geography, you are not a geography student. That is what will differentiate you from rest of the analysis. I can give you one example. Say on population. On population, we will present a spatial graph and also a spatial मतलब जो area के dimension में population को दिखाए.
ठीक है.
And one temporal, a time graph. So geography is a study of time and space. So this is how we create and we present facts graphically. So population can be presented graphically. Similarly, even all the regional development issues or any environmental thing, we all present through graphs.
Yeah.
That is essential.
So
only then you can score 340.
More marks also.
More marks. Only then you can score 340.
Correct.
But what is happening these days that students who have no background of anything, any subject, they try to innovate by themselves. And those innovations sometimes look very ridiculous. And the examiners are professors from JNU, from universities, big universities. So they fully understand. This I can give you an example. If you are trying to create a diagram on precipitation, so you are drawing clouds, behind it there is a sun and drops coming down, they are writing rainfall. Isn't it ridiculous? इस पे academics क्या था, इसमें कुछ नहीं था. ये सब diagram नहीं बनाना चाहिए लोगों को, avoid करना चाहिए. Just for the sake of creating a diagram, don't create foolish, caricatures on your note. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Don't try to fool the examiners. They're great professors.
So, I've heard you talking about this many a times that geography changes your perception of life. So, how it does so?
Geography changed my life actually.
Okay.
Because I live with my geography. Wherever I go, whether I go to a sea beach or a mountain, or whenever I travel and look at the fields or visit a village, or maybe a urban area, I just look geography allwhere. And geography makes you a very humble person. Geography makes you an indiscriminate person.
Right.
How it is possible? I tell you one example. Like we geographers, we look at cultures as product of the physical environment. And even human creativity, the differences in civilization, differences in religious tenets, we all see it from the perspective of environment.
Right.
So we have a very kind look at them. And we are not stubborn because I can give you one example. In West Asia, you have all the religions, whether Islam, whether Christianity, they have monotheism. Now why there is monotheism? Because the land is desert.
Right.
And desert has monotony. So that monotony leads to the stubborn ideas in religion. You understand this?
Yeah.
And when you come to India, India is so vibrant. So you will have many gods and goddesses. India is opulent. You walk few miles and you have Ganga water, Kaveri water.
Right.
You have variety of fruits here in this India, in this country. So over this land, when your worldly appetite is satisfied, then we'll think of the metaphysics. So all the Indian saints, they developed spiritualism in this country. So we look at the differences in civilization from the perspective of geographical environment. So that makes me, I cannot hate any culture. I feel, that culture was product of geography. This culture is also product of geography. So if I visit a place, I want to see that geographical environment being connected with the cultural life. That makes me a very curious person also. And it changes your perception of life. Like I'm a brown black man. Why I'm brown and black? Geography explains this. So if everyone has this knowledge of geography,
Yes.
then everyone will become kind and just lead your life blissfully.
Right, sir. Very true. So, lastly, I would like to ask you, what is the success rate in geography?
Success rate is best manifested on the UPSC website itself. And UPSC itself has written about the final results, and geography is rated the topmost subject there. It's written on UPSC website because people generally go by rumors. People follow rumors. People follow hearsays.
Right.
India is a country where once क्या नाम था, Chandra Swami declared that Ganesha ji will drink milk today, and everyone was forcing Ganesha to drink milk. So everyone will go by hearsay. That is the real issues with our student community also. And they always go by hearsay and rumors. Geography still has the highest result. And as I told you, in PT, the biggest barricade is PT today. How to pass that mountainous, ये जो बन गया है, barrier बन गया है, इसको कैसे लोग तोड़ के निकले? Everyone will fail in PT. 15 लाख लोग हैं, and 15,000 has to qualify, and geography से 3,000 result आना है. But I'm telling you one more fact. The number of students taking geography optional has declined a lot. I have the highest batches and the biggest batches in India probably. Yes, sir. You are aware of it now? Yes, you are the one who does everything for me. So even then, it's not even 10-20% of the other subjects. Yes. So imagine people taking geography, the numbers have really declined. But since geography empowers them in such a way that they can break that, barricade of PT and they enter the. अब आप सोचो कि हिंदी लिटरेचर को मान लिया, I'm not behind Hindi literature again, but I'm just telling you that if you take such subjects, to 60,000 people will appear with any other subject XYZ. How many will qualify in PT? Hardly 1,000. Political science मान लिया है, 1,200 लोग qualify करेंगे उसमें से, 1 लाख लोग लेंगे. तो ज्योग्राफी में तो 20,000 लेके 3,000 क्वालिफाई कर रहे हैं ना. ये कितना बड़ा चीज है जो कोई नहीं बता रहा है किसी को. और फिर मेंस में फिर एक 150 फाइनल लिस्ट में ज्योग्राफी के स्टूडेंट्स हैं. एंड लास्ट ईयर आल्सो रैंक 4, रैंक 8 or 9. Even in top 10, there will be 2-3 students from geography. What happens that if geography doesn't get top 1, 2, 3, it doesn't get highlighted. ये हो जाता है, it doesn't get highlighted. So generally rank 1, 2, 3 are highlighted in this country. And probably accidentally last 4-5 years में 1, 2, 3 geography से नहीं आया है. 4th आ रहा है, 4th आया. 10 में तो है ही. 10 में तो 2 है ही ना. Top 20 में 4 है ना. लेकिन and moreover, one thing I would like to tell everyone that from 2015 onwards, I stopped teaching English geography in Karol Bagh, and I missed out this brilliant crowd, and I still repent that decision. And before 2016, you can see geography was ruling. True, sir. So the teacher matters, ma'am. Bilkul, sir. Bilkul matters. Teacher matters. And I'm back. Yes. I made a comeback. I'm very thankful to Next IS.
You're back with the bang, sir.
Bang with it. And this wonderful infrastructure, wonderful people like you, and the MDs are, of course, very kind. So I'm really enjoying my second instinct as a teacher. And I'm back in, and I'm trying to boost this subject, geography. And I'm very sure that in next 1 or 2 years, geography will, capture 4 to 5 berths in top 10. Definitely, sir. Wish me good luck.
All the best, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I think we have discussed all the points. So do you want to add something more?
Nothing. To it? I think I talked a lot. Actually, I talk a lot. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your
and thank you, Next IS.
For giving your valuable insights, sir. I'm sure these students will definitely benefit out of it. And in case if these students have any queries related to geography optional here, they can anytime visit our website or maybe even speak to our academic counselor.
And the students should not go by hearsay or should not go by, I'm talking to you students, that don't go by rumors. The most wonderful subject is, and still the highest results are coming.
Yes, very true. So all the best, students, and think of opting geography as an optional. And if you have any queries, you can always get back to us. Thank you.
Thank you.